Hi, everyone. My name is Emilee Pease, and I'm joined by my colleague Erin Schoenberg for today's Rural Rapport. It's Giving Tuesday, which is a national day of giving back. Today also kicks off a special opportunity to give and have your donations doubled. Through December 14th, an anonymous donor will be matching all gifts made online dollar for dollar. You can get your donations in at cfra.org/give. Today, we wanted to share some stories to help give you an inside look at how you help us impact rural communities. And remember, you can get your fully matched donation made at the website. Erin, take it away.
Great. Thanks, Emilee. Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Schoenberg. And yes, today is a very special day. It's Giving Tuesday. And as Emilee said, gifts will be matched today through December 14th. So get that gift in. And we've got 3 of our coworkers that we have brought in to give little behind the scenes snippets of the work that they do in rural communities that you help make happen. And so to kick this off today, we'll be getting started with Sandra Renner, who is the director of our Farm and Community Program. She's going to talk about the importance of bringing people together and how powerful that can be when you get the right people in the right place together. So here is Sandra.
We recognized a need to gather women together who were in this situation and needed some help with making decisions about their land. One story that I feel was really impactful when I really realized the work that we were doing made a difference is when we had a learning circle in Lincoln and women came from all around, and we had a new woman join us. And just in the introductions, as we went around, she was the last person, and so she had heard all of the needs of the other women in the group, and they all sounded familiar to her. And when it got to her, she started to tear up and cry, and she was a recent widow who farmed and made a lot of decisions together with her husband on the land, felt like no problem, this was something that she was going to be able to do, but felt very overwhelmed by it all, and even 2 years later. So she just felt like, finally, I'm in the right place, I'm going to get the right information, I'm going to be able to connect with these other women and feel like I can more confidently make some decisions because I'm going to get resources that are available to me that I've not known how to connect to.
This work is so important, especially as a massive amount of land will be transitioning in the next couple of decades. And with your support, we're able to help people build those connections and build those networks. But we can't reach the folks that we do without supporters like you. So remember, get that gift in at cfra.org/give or following the link below.
All right, our next speaker will be Raul Arcos Hawkins. He's one of our business development specialists, and he and the other specialists, along with our loan specialists, are hard at work in rural communities, and they're filling really crucial gaps with your help. And so Raul, part of his job is providing workshops and one-on-one assistance to folks in a variety of small business endeavors. And here he will be speaking about one of our sector-specific academies. Here's Raul.
Some of the work that I've done that has impacted the community has been the Child Care Academy, because we know that childcare is a huge need, not only in our state, but across the United States, that even though we're focusing on the safety of the child and creating that home-based childcare, what we provide in the 3 days that we do the Child Care Academy speaks volumes of the need. Because as soon as we started promoting even our first class that was in person back in July, we kept getting calls from across the state asking, when is this Child Care Academy coming? And we have a list essentially to cover the whole year of the communities that we're going to. We're seeing this great impact because even though maybe some of the participants that come to the Child Care Academy may not open their own business. We're providing that essential service where you know that they're going to provide that service where they're going to keep that child safe.
Yeah, Raul talked about the child care academies. We also have a few of the other examples are cleaning, construction, trucking. We created these sector-specific academies based on who know that these gaps exist. And so to help us grow the academy program, get your donation in at cfra.org/give. And remember, all donations are being matched through December 14th.
All right, well, we can't say that we spoke to everyone at the center without bringing someone in from policy. And so here's Kaylee Olson. She's a policy associate with the Center for Rural Affairs. And our policy team is hard at work year-round, fighting to make sure that rural communities have a voice and are fairly represented and have opportunities. She gets to work specifically with farmers. So she'll talk a little bit about that impact now.
As a policy staff at the center, I have the pleasure of working directly with farmers, whether that be traditional row crop farmers, ranchers, and I focus specifically on working lands. So it's really fun for me to get to work and talk with farmers and ranchers who care about conservation and the environment, and also help them discover more ways to make conservation work with their operations.
Yeah, we work every day to make sure that we have policies that work for independent producers and all rural people. And a lot of this involves listening and building relationships with people that will be affected by these policies.
Thanks, Emilee. That fits right in with this next clip, which we'll be going back to Kaylee for. She'll be talking about the importance of these genuine connections that we establish with folks who we want to make sure that we're hearing their voice and we're able to amplify that. So that trust, those connections are really important. And here's an example from Kaylee.
We get to do very real work for rural people through policy. Each year we send out postcards to farmers and ranchers that we might not know but we want to connect with. And we invite them to reach out to us and talk about conservation programs. And there's one couple specifically who I connected with in South Dakota who are just the most lovely people. They care so much about their farm, their cattle, the land, and it's really rewarding because what starts out as basically a cold call to a stranger becomes a partnership that we're able to write about and share their story. And I mean, more or less to me, it feels like a friendship of someone that I can reach out to just to check in and see how they're doing.
All right. Well, we have just one last clip for you. And for this, we'll be going back to Sandra Renner, and she'll be talking about what makes rural communities so special. And so to round this out at the end of this rural report, I'd invite you to do the same. Spend a few minutes reflecting on what's exciting about rural America, what hopes and what challenges do we have to face in the future, and think about how much work we can do if we work together. So to finish this off, here's Sandra one more time.
I think what gets me excited about rural communities is the ability to come together. There might be a lot of differences and a lot of issues with coming together across difference. We've seen a lot of polarity recently and a lot of new community members moving into our communities. And I think that what gets me excited is when we get all voices at the table and get people talking together, there is often one or two major issues that everyone cares about. And if we can find that one or two common issues that everyone cares about, that's a piece of work that we can leverage to help people come together and make other decisions about the community and make the community better for all of its residents.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to Sandra, Raul, and Kaylee for taking the time to share their work. We want to also thank everyone that's tuned in with us today or is watching this in the future. I hope that you got to learn more about the on-the-ground work that people like you are supporting. And remember, you can support this work with 100% fully matched gift. We have the link below. And thank you to everyone who's already donated and everyone who's going to donate.